Hey, how's it going, guys? Figure it's been a little while since I've done just a regular old pickups haul type video, so um, yeah, I'll get into this in a second, but got a lot of books to show, so let's get right into it. So at my actual local shop this week, I did pick up a couple things. So I went a little Thanos crazy, I guess. They had all the reprints. So they're up to I guess reprint 4. I guess it says, yeah, fourth printing on these. So I guess just to get into the mood for the new movie, which thumbs up. There's my rating and my opinion on it. So I can't really talk too much about it without spoiling it. So thumbs up. Awesome. Maybe my favorite Marvel movie. So there we go. There's my review of that. But anyway, before that, I wanted to check out the Thanos story. He keep hearing so much about. I have a few issues I've gotten here and there, but I didn't have the beginning, so I wasn't really reading them too much. I think I read maybe one with the Black Silver Surfer versus Thanos, which that was pretty cool. So maybe want to check out the whole story. So I went ahead and got 13, the fourth printing, 14, the fourth printing. And then this was, I guess, I didn't even know this was a second printing, but I don't really care too much nonetheless. Still need to bag these up too. This is number 18, second printing. And then, because it was new that week, I went and got the annual. I'll be honest, the annual didn't do a lot for me. It was just Thanos tales told from the perspective of crazy space Ghost Rider, Frank Castle, whatever. So, yeah, there was this. It was all right. No, but compared to the actual Donny Cates story, this was awesome. It lived up to the hype for me. I know I've been kind of cold on Marvel lately, and their ongoing books, but for what my opinion's worth, I think this is the finest Marvel book going right now. I can easily say that after reading those. Those are very good. It's been a while since I had a Marvel book where I just sat and just read them all at once, and this actually I couldn't put them down. Let's just say, I guess so. Also, I'll definitely be reading more Donny Cates in the future. That's without saying. Next up, I got Infidel #1. I saw this in someone else's video and thought the art looked absolutely awesome, and it is awesome. So I'll just show you guys I mean, there's the second panel of the book right there. I mean, it looks amazing and creepy and very cool. So the way I've been collecting image books recently, with the exception of the next one I'm about to show, usually if I kind of like the first issue, which I kind of like this for the story, but I thought the art, stole the show obviously for me. Usually I get the first issue, then maybe get like the hardcover or way down the line. Because usually Image knocks it out of the park with their hardcover production. They usually have like art and stuff in the back and sketches. It's pretty nice, so I find it easier to read Image stuff in one sitting than getting it by the month. But I have been getting this book by the month. Ice Cream Man, this is the fourth issue. Absolutely love this. It was my favorite independent ongoing right now. I guess I say ongoing, but I think after this they said they're not back till July. So as much as I've been enjoying this book, though, it looks like it's going to be on a little bit of a hiatus. But once again, another horror anthology tale, which I've always been a sucker for that type of stuff. So, yeah, check this out. I really enjoyed that. And in my last two, I guess, modern pickups, if you will, I got InStockTrades.com purchase. I keep hearing a ton of good stuff about this book, and you guys probably seen my previous video about Green Lantern, so definitely had to check out Green Lantern Earth 1. I'll be reading this weekend since I finally got a day or two off of work. So this is on my top of my read pile, I guess you could say. And then they had this thing for 50% off, so I got this for about 38 bucks. The Gotham City Sirens Omnibus. So I figured this would be much cheaper than trying to track down the individual issues and reading it that way. I do have the Gotham City Sirens #1 G.G. Jones variant, which it's hard to find, but luckily I just bought it at my local shop the day it came out. But yeah, I do read this story. I figured this would be easier than trying to track down the issues that go for $10 a piece minimum. So very happy to get this for 38 bucks. That's obviously second on my read pile. All right, so I guess this next, actually, remember this pile? Well, that's one of two big piles. We'll get into that though as I show the books. So basically, years and years ago, when I was just about this tall, I guess, I used to go to auctions with my parents. And one auction, I guess, they bought just a bin of comic books. And I didn't really think too much about it at the time. But basically, in my opinion, I thought there was just crummy ROM Space Knight comics in this bin for whatever reason. I've never been a fan of ROM since for whatever reason. Of course, there wasn't an issue 1 in there, the one that's actually sought after because there's like a property or movie coming out, which I probably do need to go steal that bin back because they do have good Bill Sienkiewicz art in those books. But anyway, I did pick up. I didn't even know these were in that bin until I started flipping through it. I just had to go help my parents do something over the last week. So I was like, I'll go to the house and see what comics I can find, I guess. So all of this just stack alone is all Spider-Woman from the Bronze Age. And almost every one of them is a newsstand version. So there's number 4. And like I said, I had no idea. I had no memory of seeing any of these in that bin. That's why I didn't have it in my collection behind me. I never took it with me when, to college or when I bought my own house. But apparently these were there the whole time, and stupid younger me never thought to take care of them and put them in a bag, which they're in a tote. They haven't been touched in like 20 years. But I will definitely be bagging and boarding them all now, and hopefully they are not completely destroyed, which most of these are I would say lower to mid-range. Not quite, I wouldn't call them complete beaters, but there's a couple in the pile that probably have seen better days. Love this. I think I actually showed a copy of this in the past. The Spider-Woman 32, the Werewolf by Night one. Love those earlier covers, but actually all these are really nice. There's 34. And actually I'll probably end up reading some of these because I do have a little bit of a run here on Spider-Woman. So 36. And luckily I do have a first issue as well, unlike the next collection I found. So there's 38. Whoops. Like I said, I really need to rebag these. See, that's what's annoying. You kind of start getting collections like this, and then instead of actually reading the comics and enjoying them, you end up just bagging and boarding them and getting tired after that. That's happened to me before. That's kind of sad. Number 44, and then the next one, I don't know if this is the first one with the logo change, but there's number 47. 48, and 49 was the last one. I think 50 is the actual last issue. I could be wrong. Someone will probably correct me on that, but this is the last issue that was in that little collection there. And then I think, I don't care about showing those. This is all She-Hulk from the same era and all newsstand, which I need an issue 1 of this. I have an issue 2 somehow, which is good because this run starts with issue 3, which once again, yay newsstand, I suppose. Issue number 4, and this might be a double for me, but I really like that cover of issue 6 with she's in Iron Man's reflection there. I think that might be the finest cover of the bunch. Issue 12, 13, and like I said, once again, I don't remember ever having a She-Hulk collection, but apparently I did. And I thought it was all ROM Space Knight. Apparently, little me thought ROM Space Knight was 150 issues or something, which I think in that tote, which I should have probably just grabbed. I wasn't thinking about it because I got another tote I'll talk about here in a second. Apparently, I thought that tote was just all ROM, and I was wrong. So, yeah, there's number 20. Sorry if I'm blowing through these so fast, but I still got another stack, and I don't want to keep you guys here for 30 minutes as usual. 23. Yeah, this bag did a lot of great protecting over the years. Look at that. I wonder what people were thinking when they put them in grocery bags to protect them. And this is the last one, number 24. All right. Whew. And I think the last one actually pulled out of that tote, which I've seen this series and a couple other people's videos. Blip the Video Games magazine. I had a couple of these. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking, but I should have grabbed the whole tote. But I started separating stuff out and looking at it. But I thought this looked pretty neat. It's just had Spider-Man on it. He's playing the Atari 2600 and the whole. This whole series predates Nintendo, so I definitely need to go back and get the rest of these. They're really neat and way before my time, so it's kind of cool to be able to see a portal into the 80s, I guess. A nice little Star Wars Atari ad on the back there. So who doesn't love that? All right, so I got, and actually, hey, real quick before I segue into the next big pile, I did go to Half Price Books a couple times. And I don't know which one is actually credited as the first appearance of Kid Apocalypse, but they did have these for $1 a piece. Seeing these both on eBay, like someone said this was the first appearance, and someone said this was the first appearance. I'm like, well, for $1, I'll take both. Why not? So, great Rick Remender run. So I have them in hardcovers, but I think I have the first three. First one I have the J. Scott Campbell variant, which is one of my favorite J. Scott Campbell covers of all time. But I was like, yeah, for $1, I'll take these two. Why not? So also while I was at home, once again, I was going through my, I do have a little bit of a collection still left there because for me, if I take the whole collection, it's got to go there somehow. I can't figure out how I'm going to do that. I think eventually I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and get a second shelf. But, oof, I don't know where I would even put it right now. But nonetheless, I'll show you guys the books because you're tired of hearing me ramble. The first one, the main reason I started digging through my older collection that I think is just, various yard sale finds, probably like get a big tote of stuff for like $10. So these books were probably like dime and quarter books, most of them. I think there's one or two I bought off the shelves as a kid. But this one I wanted to make sure I got in my collection at least. Spectacular 64, First Appearance of Cloak and Dagger. Not the greatest condition, but I know this book's starting to get, it's always had a little bit of heat on it, but it's starting to go up because I think they're doing the Hulu show. I think it's on Hulu, kind of like Runaways was. Like I said, the previous owner, Jay, was nice enough to sign it for me, so thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. And then, of course, as you could probably kind of see, spine, ouch, it's crippled, so... But other than that, I think the book's in pretty solid shape on the inside. It's just the outside's not so much. But I at least wanted to go back and grab this before I forgot about it for the umpteenth time. But luckily there was more Spidey and just other things variously mixed in here that I'll show you guys. So there's also issue 66, which I thought was a cool Electro cover. So I happened to have that. Not Spider-Man, but I actually thought this book was in my collection back there or in my brother's collection. But it was just buried in this Spider-Man lot. Like I said, this is the year I'm having luck with Sandman. I found my Sandman 69, the death of, oh God, sorry. I'm after work tired right now, but it's the death of the main Sandman character in this book. Morpheus, there we go. Sorry about that. So the death of Morpheus, Daniel becomes Sandman, issue 69. I knew I had this somewhere, and I finally found it. I just grabbed this. Maybe it might go in that giveaway I'll plug at the end of the video, but... New Mutants 87 reprint, gold background. I was like, yeah, everyone loves this book. Why not grab it? So there's that. Web Spider-Man 95. Awesome Venom cover with the Spirits of Venom. Fortunately, it was not a 97. I guess everyone's going crazy over that. But cool cover nonetheless. I think Metarog was just doing a video on the 25th anniversary Marvel covers. And coincidentally, I just happened to find Spectacular Spider-Man 120. Yep, 120. So, like I said, we're all suckers for these type of covers, I think. Spectacular Annual number 6. Number 4. Like I said, I don't remember having this many Spider-Mans either, but hey, memory starts to go when you get older, I guess. Spectacular 99. Spec 71. 56. 111, 92, and like I said, I don't even have these organized that well. I apologize about that. 81. Absolutely do love this cover. It's number 72. I think that crazy, like, water cover with, looks like Doc Ock on there. So actually, it's funny. I almost bought this from somebody else, like at a convention or maybe on eBay, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I have that already? So, awesome. Number 24. So I was happy to see some old. So that's why I was happy at C2E2. I finally got an issue 1 of this sort because I knew I had some older Web of Spideys somewhere. I always like this cover for Web 22. Don't know what it is about the salmon sighting or just the nice art in the middle, but for some reason I always just like that nice, simple, clean cover. Spectacular 31. I need to get Spectacular number 1 still one of these days. Web number 9. Web number 5. And I wish I had more from the Coffin run, but at least I had part 1 where Mike Zeck was doing that awesome art on the cover. So, Web number 31. Spectacular number 124. And then we're going to travel forward into the 90s. So I have these nice, shiny, awesome covers. So regular Spider-Man 26, and Amazing 365. Woo! There you go. Makes me want to drink Surge. Maximum Clonage Omega. Awesome chromium. Who doesn't love some chromium? I'll have to take this one out because it's the old flip-de-doo cover. Web 117. So there's side A. I'm pretty sure for what it's worth. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I remember buying this off the newsstand myself. So there you go, newsstand. Ooh. And then there is the other side with these coming out of the GAC, I guess. So 90s-ified. Gotta love it. And then the last one, which this is the first, I remember that I think this is the first $5 comic I ever bought, Maximum Clonage Alpha. I absolutely was just blown away by this cover as a kid. I don't care what anyone says, we can make fun of all of it. Holy crap, this hasn't aged well. It's like stuck in the bag. Okay, it's out. Whew, that was a close one. But I just remember like opening up like, oh my god, I can see through the cover. Oh my god, there's Spider-Man. So, yeah, I know my brother made a lot of fun of me when I bought this as a kid. He's like, why did you spend $4.95 on a comic book? And now, unfortunately, it's commonplace. But, yeah, there's Maximum Clonage. Gotta love that. So, with that, that is part one of my, I guess, 3-video epic here. Just to give you guys a heads up of my weekend video plans, I guess. I want to do another community support video because there's, like, a new contest every day. So I definitely am going to do another video, some contest, give some people some shout outs tomorrow, and then probably Monday I'll probably have another video out. I found all this at my parents' house, but they also had another light blue tote full of 12-cent Dell comics. So I don't know if you guys remember the stack I got, like this book and the Chip and Dale, where I was like, yeah, we just found a bag of comics on the floor moving a couch. And they're like, yeah, there it is. You can have it. Apparently, way back when, it's just like, I don't know if there's time travel involved or what, but they're like, yeah, we actually went back and bought the whole tote we picked those out of. So here you go. I was like, well, why didn't I take that like 15 years ago? I heard only it's been. They're just like, we don't know. So yeah, I'll be showing a whole tote of 12-cent Dell comics. So that'll be fun. Hopefully I don't get sick from all the probably mold that's in there, but yeah, we'll be bagging those up too. So to conclude the video, I'll just shout out the 100 subs contest one more time. Up to 140, I think, so still 10 away from prize number 2. I've got it all sorted behind me there. So, and I've only got, well, I guess only, I do want to thank the awesome 13 entrants that I've gotten so far. I'd say your odds are pretty good. Especially if we get to 150 and no one else feels like making a video. But I've seen a couple people, they put in the comments like, oh, I'm going to make that video. So, like I said, so far your odds are 1 in 13. Those aren't too bad of odds. So, there we go. Other than that, thanks for watching. Leave some thumbs, I suppose. I guess give me a thumbs down for not taking these comics of, the first time and waiting like 15, 20 years to bag them and put them in the collection. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys.